Good day. I'm going to talk to you about my pool complex dream. So my pool complex dream started off as a normal dream. I found myself in a pool complex that I used to go to as a kid, with my family usually, in a family swim. And I started to modify this pool complex. It's significantly different from what it was before. And it's basically my dream scene. I own it. Well, I feel like I own it, and I created most of it because I overwritten a lot of the stuff that naturally existed in this scene. I've had about 5 iterations of this dream. I would just find myself randomly in this dream, and every time I'm in this dream I have the ability to create things and modify things, and a lot of times I feel like I'm modeling stuff, so I'd copy existing things if I could. I would start off stuff without detail, and then I would add texture to them and stabilize them further. And I've been doing that over 4 iterations of this dream, around there. And on the 5th iteration, something interesting happened. Things started to manifest on their own. Like the pool complex changed completely without me consciously changing things myself. So when I entered the 5th iteration of this dream, I noticed a bunch of changes in the pool complex. So this used to be an elongated oval thing, and it was completely paradoxical because one side was a downstream. It was like a 40-degree angle downstream that you could just swim down. It was really fun. And the other side was flat, and one side was higher than the other. And all you had to do to get to the top of the downstream was to go up the flat side. You would swim along it and it would be flat, and then you could go down the downstream again with little effort. It was pretty fun, and the paradox changed. It lessened now, so one side's got a subtle stream, that's about it. And instead of one side being like super swivelly and long, it's just this oval thing, or this donut thing, and there's some plant life in this platform in the middle. And the diving board was backed up this time. The hot tub was full of water this time, and it was still a bit dirty, but a bit cleaner than before, and it was full of people too. So I copied the diving board over here. I forgot to put that in the image. And I didn't move the slide. The slide used to be over here where it's supposed to be originally, and it like pans out over here somewhere. And the slide magically moved over here and was like this. And there's this thing that I designed during that dream. This is one of the only things that I designed. I mean, I stabilized certain things and I cleaned up certain things, made them smoother and cooler looking. But when it comes to creating things, I just created this slip and slide thing. It's something that you would slide down on your feet alongside the pool. It's probably one of the most dangerous things you can put in a pool complex, but I don't really care. It's a dream. It had twice as many people in it now. It had 600 people compared to the last iteration. Approximately 600 people. I really can't count that much in a dream. And the pool complex, the original one and my dream version, are not built to entail that many people. It was way overcrowded, so I'm going to be expanding it. This time around I had some people working for me. I had an assistant. It was like a female. It's kind of stereotypical. And she was, just assisting me with certain things, helping me, informing me of certain things, dealing with people, because I'm not so great with people. And there was this other dude who was planning activities and announcing things. According to the dream, my assistant moved the slide and then opened it up without my consent. And I got a bit stern with her. I said, you can't be opening things up with my consent. This is my complex, and I design everything here. And she said that she didn't move the slide. She just opened it, but I don't believe her. She moved the slide. And there was like free alcohol and free food and stuff. There was all kinds of free shit. And everybody was having fun. It was a very positive dream environment, or it is a very positive dream environment. And down here, the shallow section was added recently. I didn't put it there, consciously at least. So there was an old couple here, and I gave them my email. The one that's secret, the super secret email that I give to people through altered states. The only way I could get an email from somebody is if I tell them through altered states. I've been doing this for like a couple years now, I think. Whenever I see humans that have some sort of intelligence or seem aware, I usually send them this email. And I was just talking casually with these old people. I told them about what the email was and all that, and I sent it to them. Made sure that they understood that there wasn't any spaces, and I explained to them how to spell one of the words. And there was this one girl, I tried to send her my email. She seemed pretty upset and just like ignored me, even though I created this entire complex for these people. I mean, the complex was initially just mostly for myself, but after a while I started creating it for these dream characters. I'm starting to believe that this particular dream has began to reflect into a thought realm, like into the astrals, because entities started to show intelligence, and the complex is developing on its own. So along the side here is some stuff that needs to be cleaned up. There's weird things on the wall, like posters and this counter. It's like an old canteen that nobody's using. And I don't really know where all that stuff came from. It's a bit dirty down here too. And that's not actually in the original template, and it wasn't in my design when I was modifying it, so I don't really know where that all came from. I'm going to get rid of it and start some stuff from scratch. I don't know what I'm going to put over there. I got into the conversation of the pool complex down in the shallow area with some people, and they didn't think I was the architect of this pool complex. And then I started to play with the lights on the ceiling. I started to like create lights and make them different colors and strobe them. And for some reason, after I started to create the strobe lights, I couldn't de-strobe them. I mean, they were convinced that I was the architect, but I have these strobe lights that are completely obnoxious on the ceiling just above the shallow area, and I couldn't turn them off. That's a little tidbit that might come in handy when it comes to understanding how guided imagery works in dreams. So here is the entrance and exit. I forgot about that. And I really don't see people going in and out of here. There isn't really anything beyond the doors, I think. I don't maintain the environment too well beyond the doors because I don't look beyond the doors too much. So it's kind of like a hologram out there. If you were to walk outside, it would destabilize that environment out there. So there's nothing really out there. I don't see people walking in and out of it. They just are already in the pool complex. So the announcer guy, he announced over a microphone that all the drinks are free and the food's free, and he's arranging a trip to Mars 25 years into the future. So we're going to go ahead in time when we get into like a spaceship and like warp through space. And it's all at the low price of $0. That's what he said out loud in the stream. And everybody got all excited. And I announced that I'm going to be working on the hot tub, making it a bit more nice, larger, so it entails more people. Probably going to make a circular one. Circular stuff and smooth stuff is easier to maintain than solid edge rectangles. I thought about relaying my email to everybody through the microphone, but I thought that was a bit lame, so I decided not to do that. So I'm beginning to think that this pool complex dream has reflected into the astrals in a very defined way, because it's starting to build up on its own, as if other entities are staying within it and creating stuff when I'm not there. I plan on taking off the entire ceiling, which isn't really well defined at all. I don't think there's anything up there other than like really vague sheet metal. And I'm just going to take off the entire ceiling, put on like a blue sky and a glaring sun. I might have to put some glass on it. Depends on how it feels. It might destabilize if there's no, like if it's just open like that. I don't know. But that's one of my dreams that I've pretty much articulated myself. Thanks for listening. See you next time.